Today on American Outlaw, the United States military's next generation weapons system, originally called the XM5 and now in its current configuration is the XM7, shooting a couple of different bullets, the 113 grain ball and their match ammo, which is, I guess, a Sierra Match King round, the 155 grain OTM. This is the future. I guess not even the future, this is the now. Let's see what it'll do. We're not going to get into all of the boring features, you know, the side charging handle or the piston driven. What we're going to talk about is actually the use and how effective this rifle is. And we're actually going to put it on some different yardages to show you what it's capable of, at least with the ammo that we have. I think one of the reasons I wanted to test this weapon system the most was because there's a lot of the internet, whatever it is, mumbo jumbo, however you want to say it, does it recoil too much? Did we make the right decision? Did we go backwards? Is it accurate? Is it, you know, how does it shoot? And the United States Army picked it, so it must do something correct, at least in their eyes. Let's see. Transcend. I've been on Transcend a couple of months now. I can tell you, I was just out here shooting a 50 BMG and I need shoulder surgery. I needed shoulder surgery. And so I'm on this BPC 157 and this thigh something beta 4. As I've gone through this, I know they say that beta 4 stuff is like 90 days. I think I'm right at my 90 days. While I was shooting this rifle, a rifle that I kid you not, 3 months ago, I could not have shot more than 3 times. And I'm out here being able to shoot it. I'm like, wow, this is the first time that I've noticed this stuff actually really healing my body. So I'm becoming a believer. Yes, I'm losing weight. Yes, I feel better. Yes, I'm more cognizant. I'm more aware. My brain fog is going away. But my journey is pretty great right now, and this BPC 157 is actually working. Click the link below for Transcend, guys. Let them go in and custom make something, make a plan for you. But what I want to do first is show you the grouping, and in order to do that, I threw this 35 power Arcan on. SIG says that this is a 4 MOA rifle. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to draw the center of our dot where we are going to be aiming at on this IPSC target. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here with this tape measure and I'm going to do 2 inches, 4 inches. Let's come right here. In today's world of rifles, precision rifles, or just rifles in general now, not even precision, technology is really making leaps and bounds in accuracy, better bullet jackets to make them more accurate altogether. So we now start thinking that we need to have group sizes that look like, maybe like this, right? Or maybe a 5-shot group is like this, and then that would be like a 1 MOA. 4 MOA is what this gun is designed to shoot. Why? Well, I already told you that one of the tier 1 units, the requirements, tier 1 unit requirement was 3 MOA. Army's actual requirement is 4 MOA. So let's just remember on 4 MOA at 100 yards, that's a 4-inch group, right? It's hitting them in the chest at 100 yards. At 200 yards, that's an 8-inch group. Let's just look at this as an 8-inch group now. You're still at your 8-inch group hitting somebody in the chest. And then at 300 yards, it's a 12-inch group. And notice that at 300 yards, my 12-inch group is still hitting the guy somewhere on his body. Now, I know we think that combat is like Call of Duty and we're making these sweet headshots, or what is a Call of Duty reference for that? The first ammo is what I'm assuming it will be their practice ammo. So let's fire up the old FX chronograph here. I really like this thing. I want to see what it's going to do speed-wise and group-wise. This is the 113 grain ball ammo. I don't expect this to shoot very well at all. And then we will shoot their match ammo, what they're calling their match ammo. All right, that's a 5-shot group with their ammo. Standard deviation of 16.7. You know, match ammo is considered 15. We can't outshoot 12. Standard deviation, so that's pretty good. The ballistic coefficient on this bullet, the G1, is 401, which isn't very good. The average speed was 30.93. That's freaking cooking, dudes. That's cooking. Extreme spread 47, and it goes subsonic at 1,085 yards is what it's saying at my elevation. That's not bad. Let's walk down there and see what it did for a group. This was odd that it did this. I don't know why this gun's doing this, but shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, shot 4, shot 5. I was aiming here. Remember when we're grouping, it doesn't matter where you aim. But that is based off of their claim that's better than 4 MOA. That's 3 MOA. That's not bad. That is the tier 1 group that spends time in the water. That's their requirement. It made it at 100. That's pretty good. 155 grain Match King OTM. So Sierra Match King, which has been known to make a good bullet. We've been shooting it in sniper rifles for decades. This says it should do 3,000 feet per second. We're gonna see what it will do. I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now. I was super impressed that that did 3 MOA with their junk ammo, but let's see what it'll do with the match ammo, if it'll do any better, I don't know. This is gonna be confusing to you guys, but I'm gonna try to explain it, all right? So it's running an average of 2,664 feet per second, so like 400 feet per second slower, but it's a higher ballistic coefficient bullet. So standard deviation is 11.7. Legitimately, you can't outshoot a 12 as a human. So lower standard deviation, the more the velocity burn is the same, so you don't have the vertical spread on the rounds. But the ballistic coefficient is a 644. That's why you're gonna hear this number that I told you. The last one was what, 1085 before it goes subsonic? 1220 before this one goes subsonic. So average feet per second is 2664. That's pretty great. Let's go check out the group. Dudes. Here's the grouping right here, and it is a, man, if it wasn't for this one, which I felt like all those were good shots, that's a 2-inch group. I don't remember pulling that. It's a 3-inch group if I pulled it. Oh no, that was my very first shot. That was my very first shot, and the other 4 went down there. So I don't know, 3 inches, but maybe 2. So if you look at this range, I don't know if we can see down range. The berms go 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, all the way out to 2,500 yards. It's all in yards. I'm going to see what we can do right now with both ammos and see what we could do at 2, 3, and maybe 400 to see how effectively we can ding these gongs. I know you think that everything is precision and sniper once you get past this original CQB ranges, but it's not. The 2 current conflicts that are in now show you that there's multiple 1, 2, 300 yards or meter shots. Well, this 12 inches allows you to hit the person, right? In a study that the Army did on 500 gunfights, they found out that in those 500 gunfights that were not CQB of them going into a house over 15 years at the time of war, that only about 1/3 of the time was somebody just actually standing there at you, but also most of them were with inside of 150 yards. But 300, 400, 500, that's like starting to be, when you have big infantry, which is what this is for, coming at you, there's just too many guys. So you have multiple guys shooting at them, and they have a sniper rifle and a designated marksman's rifle to be able to shoot further. So this gun was designed to shoot a 6.8 bullet, which is a 270, like your grandpa's old 270, wicked fast, supposed to be 3,000 feet per second. But when they put a special bullet in it, it goes through armor. And guys, this is not the days of the global war on terror where you were fighting, you know, goat herders that could fight, but they didn't have armor. Now, you go to a conflict right now, just go to look at pictures of either of the 2 conflicts. Everybody's wearing multicam. Everybody's wearing freaking armor. Everybody's wearing some sort of a helmet that looks like an Ops Corps helmet. Everybody has night vision. Everybody now is up to date with the same fighting gear, so you need an advantage, and this is where this rifle gives us the advantage. We just were at 100. Let's go to 200. There we go, 200. There we go, 300. You know what's a little odd about both of those shots was it took me like 5 or 6 rounds each. Every gun that I know of is 1 mil at 300, so that's weird to me. That wasn't the wind. Hit it again. Hit it again. Hit it again. All right, I was bro. I was just like 6 shots once I figured out the dope that just, how many was that? 3 or 4, 5, 6? At 300, I was lighting that dude up, as long as you're holding 1 mil. Let me do some more. All right, dudes, so we slapped on the trigger cam just because I was actually a little bit more impressed with this than I thought. So let me show you at 300. What the? All right, that was the first jam that we had on this gun. Well, that's a double feed. First one, first double feed. Here I go again with my gun. All right, threes. All right, that was 4 shots in a row once I figured out the windage. All right, let's go to 400. Dude, that's pretty consistent. All right, 500 now. All right, guys, so at 500 right there, this is in yards, not meters, but 500, we're starting to miss a bunch. Now, a bunch of it is this wind. I'm guessing we're probably a steady blowing 18 miles an hour, 15 to 20, somewhere in there, with gusts pushing 30. And so I can feel when the wind gusts that it really pushes the bullet, but the bullet is dancing around down there quite a bit. But at 500, that's kind of your designated marksman's range. And this is not a designated marksman's gun, but to 400, it's been really good. But I'm loading up these Sierra Match Kings right now, and I'm gonna let the barrel cool because we did just put 20 rounds down it. Let it cool down just a little bit, and we're gonna go at 5 one more time. Guys, I really wanted to hate this 277 Fury. I did. I'm liking it though. Let me go to 500 again. And what were we, 3 mils? Were we 3 mils? Impact. Having to space them both right there. All right, so I in this wind, as long as I get the wind correct, like it's pretty freaking like good to 500. I don't know what 6 is gonna do. Let's try 6. I'm gonna go a full 4. All right, it's right next to it at a full 4. Oh, dinged it. Too much wind. Whoa. I'm trying to compensate between the actual group and everything. 600 is, I mean, you're gonna scare them and you might have a chance to hit them. So like, if I was in it, I would go at 6, but at 3, this thing is money. You are just hitting them. At 4, you're pretty good. At 5, meh. At 6, it's probably too much. But 1, 2, 300, this thing's money, dude. It's money. Now, let's go over a couple of things. 1, it recoils. Like, it just recoils. We'll shoot some fast stuff here in just a second, but it recoils a lot. This is not what I would consider a fast shooting gun, a CQB gun, because I just don't think you can stay on target with it. It's more of a, I guess it's a battle rifle, right? It's not a designated marksman's DMR rifle. It's not a special purpose rifle, a sniper rifle. It is a full up battle rifle. And so that would be like where an HK91 fit or something like that. But here's what I want to do now. I want to pull off this actually pretty freaking incredible Arkin scope and put the SIG 1-6 that is the Army issued on. And then I'm going to take it back out and see what it can do because the Arkin kind of made it easy. All right, guys. So this is the URGI, the 14.5 URGI, URGI, whatever you want to call it. This is currently what is being used while they're fielding this. You know, it takes a while for the military to field a weapon system. So just because SIG got the contract, it's going to take them years to be able to field it to the entire military. And then you're still going to see units that are still running the URGI, or you might even see them running a Block 2. But how does it compare in weight in the current configuration? the Ergi, the 14.5 with the contract scope. I mean, the Ingal, the Surefire Scout, like everything on this, it's debatable. Are they using the small suppressor or the big one, or are they even using one? But it weighs, yep, 10.5 pounds. All right, here we go. So this magazine loaded is 1.8. This magazine is 1. So you're carrying double the weight for less rounds than you are the 5.56. I've got a loaded magazine. I've got the actual SIG Optic on here. I know I'm missing a laser and a light, so add a pound. But this weighs 13.8, 13.9, fully ready to rock with this scope on it. So it's a solid 4 pounds heavier than the 5.56, but it hits harder too. All right, let's just confirm that she's on. All right, she's on. Now let's scoot right here to 3. Got him. Missed. Got him. All right, 4. Got him. Got him. 5. Okay, with the SIG 1-6 optic, which is a very clear optic, I like the optic. I would say this is a 400-yard gun, 400 yards. This is for sure, with both the Arkin and this, a 300-yard gun. I like it for that, especially if you got armor penetrating rounds, because you know you're gonna go through that level 4 armor, for sure level 3. It works really great, but with this optic, it very much limits us. But here's one of the things I really wanna show you, especially since we got the trigger cam. Let's see how much it limits us off other obstacles. Come on. Let's just see if we can make the game just a little bit harder. Let's make it a little more realistic and see what 300 looks like. Dude, 300 is hard right there. See if I can brace up here to get 400. It is easy to make shots, not easy, it is easier to make shots off of a bench or off of a bipod or off of a tripod. But here's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and I just want to do some field positions for you. So the first one would be offhand. Got it. 200. 300. I got it. Didn't I hit it? 300, pretty sure. 400 offhand. I don't even think I could hit 400 offhand. Now let's go to a field kneeling. 100. 200. I can't see the 3 or 4 from here. I want you to, as you look through that trigger cam, look how hard versus when you actually have something. So now think about, you're in the middle of a war and, oh, there's somebody. So now I got to kind of move to cover. And let's just say I'm shooting at them at 200. It's supposed to be easy, but it wasn't that easy.
I could do it first try.
Here.
You gave me a gun with no ammo.
Micah said he could do it on the first try.
At 200?
200, first try. 200, first try, sapsucker.
On which one?
The coyote.
You know, that looks kind of hard.
He missed. He missed.
I didn't know my dope. Give me one more.
Nope.
Ah, dude, that close.
Listen, as a YouTuber, we're only as good as Premiere Pro. The SIG XM7 277 Fury. It's heavy. You can't carry as much ammo. The ammo's twice the weight of a 5.56. The optic is not good enough to be a precision rifle. The accuracy is not good enough to be a precision rifle. It is not a precision rifle. It is a battle rifle. I want you to think of the Springfield M1A. It was a 3 MOA gun, 4 MOA gun. Some of them were 5 and 6 MOA guns. I want you to think of the HK91. Guns like this that are battle rifles that are made to do a specific thing in battle. That's what this is. I like this gun for that. I wanted to hate this gun. I came in here hating this gun. When it was recommended to me, I said, I'm not gonna get it. And now that I have it, I almost said, I'm gonna send this back to SIG, and now I'm not. Sorry, SIG, you've lost this one. I like this gun. I like this gun for its intended purpose. I would bet my life on this gun. And I'm not you've seen some of my other videos. I'm not a SIG shill at all. So I think this is a big win for them.